recording whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's start. I will show how MySQL can be used with SBITs, restricting connections to clients that present an X509 certificate with a specific subject. This is useful because we can have certificate-based authentication using SPIRE issued certificates, and we can control what is the common name that is set in the certificate when we register the workloads in SPIRE using the DNS argument of the SPIRE server entry create command that is available starting with SPIRE 080. So let's take a look at how I have registered my workload that we will use to connect to MySQL, and for that I will run the SPIRE server entry show command. So let's execute that, and we can see here how the workload has been registered. So we will be providing this SPIFFE ID for the workload that is running under the user MySQL user, and we can see that I have set the DNS name as MySPIFFE workload, and that means that the issued certificate will have set in the common name MySPIFFE workload. I have created a very simple script that I will use to connect to MySQL, that it just fetches an SBIT and uses that SBIT when connecting to MySQL. And I have already created a user in the database with the same username, and with this restriction set, and we can see that here I specify that the common name must be MySPIFFE workload. That is the one that I have specified in the DNS name. So let's execute this script, but first let's see what I have running in my environment. So I am running SPIRE server, the SPIRE agent, and I am also running the SPIFFE helper that is taking care of having the certificate used by the MySQL server updated and have the corresponding bundle and certificate. So I will execute the script, and I could connect to MySQL. So at this point we can see a diagram with the different parts that we have been talking about. So we have the MySQL server that has a certificate and bundle in order to be able to establish TLS connections. And this bundle pusher component is just the SPIFFE helper that I talked about, that is taking care of having the certificate and bundle rotated. And in the client side, we have the script that I showed that just gets an SBIT using the workload API and uses that SBIT when connecting to MySQL. So we can see how I have defined the user in the database. If I execute this query to list the users and see how the restriction looks like. So we can see the users that I have in the database, and we can see the restriction that is set here, where the common name must be MySQL workload. So what we can try to do now is change this restriction to something different and see what happens. So I can execute an alter user command, changing the restriction, and I will change the common name to something different. And let's see what happens if I try to connect using the same script that I just used. So I try to use that, and I am getting an error because the common name in the certificate doesn't match with the one that I have. So let's change that back. And I can connect again. So yeah, and finally we can see how the certificate looks like. This is the SPIRE issued certificate, and we can see how the subject looks like, and we can see how the common name is set. And that's it.